What we've seen happen within the Marvel Universe is this ever-expanding coterie of superheroes. And I think now we're at the stage where this universe, even within our world, has got quite crowded and it's just about to explode into other dimensions.
I was shown my legacy, the end of the path I started us on.
Everyone has their favorite Marvel movie and everyone has their favorite Marvel world. And just to see all of them coming together, it's a daring act.
Who the hell are you guys?
Every story that Marvel has told since Iron Man 1 finds a narrative thread in these next two Avengers movies. It is a culmination of all of that storytelling.
With Infinity War, we're paying off every little thread and every little tease that we've had in what will be 18 films prior to Infinity War. There's never been anything like this. Being able to film after film tease at a larger story, really building these stories up into a giant conclusion, while at the same time introducing an entirely new direction for the future.
Hey everybody, it's Charlie. I've been getting a lot of requests to do a video for the Disney-Fox deal because Comcast looked like it was going to swoop in and steal all the Fox stuff from Disney. But then Disney came back with a whole dump truck of money, so I'll explain what's going on with the deal, what the timeline is, and when we'll actually get to start seeing X-Men and Fantastic Four characters show up in the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the Marvel videos. We're just getting ramped up for Ant-Man and the Wasp, but there's going to be more Avengers 4 stuff happening soon. That Infinity War Blu-ray giveaway is still going on. All you have to do to enter that is be a subscriber and leave a comment on the video. I'll name a new winner at the end of this. The latest in the billion-dollar slap fight between Disney and Comcast over the Fox assets is that originally Disney had offered about $52 billion in stock to Fox. They'd accepted it. They're like, okay, there's a certain timeline for our deal. We'll have a shareholders meeting in July. We'll discuss how to proceed if regulators try to shut us down because the government still has to approve the deal, even though Fox really does want to sell to Disney. Then a little while ago, everybody heard about Comcast swooping in and offering $65 billion in cash, like straight cash, passing a bag of money across the table for all that Fox stuff, because they really wanted the Sky networks. So if you don't know, those are broadcasters largely in the UK. They just wanted like parts of Fox. They don't care about Fantastic Four, they don't care about X-Men, any of that stuff. They just want a couple big unrelated pieces of Fox, so people were waiting for Disney to come back with another offer. They did by upping their bid to Fox for $71 billion, which included their original stock deal and a bunch of extra cash on top of that to make up the difference. So Disney really, really wants Fox, and Fox really, really wants to sell to Disney. Rupert Murdoch, Mr. Fox himself, really loves the idea of the Disney deal. Worst case scenario, what would have happened is Comcast would have won the deal and Disney would just made arrangements with them to get some of their IP back. The Marvel stuff is why this is getting all the attention, but Disney wants to be able to compete with Netflix because it's rolling out its own streaming service. So if you own all the premium content, then it just incentivizes people to sign up for your service. So that is the way that Disney fights Netflix. They say, we have all the best content that people want. We have all Disney, all Pixar, all Marvel, all the Fox stuff now. So it's just a bonus on top of that Kevin Feige will get to put X-Men in the Marvel Cinematic Universe characters now. I say Fantastic Four too. It's a slightly separate thing with Fantastic Four because a different studio besides Fox owns the rights to that. But if all the Fox X-Men stuff is going to be going to Disney, then of course the studio that owns Fantastic Four is going to broker a deal with Kevin Feige, the same way that Sony brokered a deal for Spider-Man. What it's looking like is going to happen right now is that the government will approve the deal shortly. They said that they're expecting that to happen earlier than they thought before, and that's also one of the reasons why Rupert Murdoch really wanted to sell Fox to Disney. Before Comcast swooped in, they said that the dust from the deal was going to be settling by the end of next summer. Now that's after they had already dropped the second Spider-Man Homecoming film, meaning that any chance of X-Men characters or Fantastic Four popping up in Marvel Cinematic Universe movies won't happen till the movies that start after Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So James Gunn was also asked about this too, like if they get X-Men, will you put X-Men characters in Guardians 3? And he said that he's too far along in development to change that on a fundamental level. So don't expect big X-Men characters in Guardians 3. Right now that movie is scheduled for spring 2020 release. So anything after that is fair game in terms of X-Men characters in Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. But now, of course, you're asking, which characters are going to be first? Is it going to be Fantastic Four or is it going to be X-Men? What about Wolverine? When are they going to start recasting people? What is it going to look like? Is it going to be a separate universe? Or are they just going to waltz into the Avengers building in Avengers 5 and say, well, we've been mutants this whole time. We've been around for all these big conflicts. We were just hiding out. We didn't want to tell people we existed. What I'm expecting based on the way Kevin Feige operates and the way they introduce brand new huge characters in MCU movies is it'll be a Civil War Spider-Man situation where somebody says, I know a guy, and then that guy just happens to be Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four.
We're seriously understaffed.
Oh, yeah. Where's yours?
Downstairs. Where's yours?
So they'll introduce one character first, and then in the next movie, they'll introduce a whole bunch more. Like Spider-Man and Black Panther were introduced during Civil War. You got a taste for what their abilities were, what they look like. Then you got Spider-Man Homecoming and Black Panther, and you got the deep dive into their characters. So you'll probably see a mixture of Thor Ragnarok style crossovers where you get like one character crossing over with a pre-existing MCU character in their movie, then like a genuine spin-off Fantastic Four MCU or X-Men MCU movie with recast characters. So as you go without saying, I do expect them to recast a lot of big roles. Like when we get a new Reed Richards, of course it's going to have to be a recast role. The only characters that I think that they will leave untouched will be Deadpool and his characters because it's so meta and so different from the tone of what Marvel is doing in the cinematic universe. What I think Kevin Feige will do is he'll just loan out MCU characters that he's not using to the Deadpool movies. Like Juggernaut showed up in Deadpool 2. They hadn't been using him in the X-Men movies in a long, long time. There's a lot of time travel speculation in Avengers 4. I think what they'll be doing is when they fix the universe, they'll just leave room to explain how you have all these new ideas because there's supposed to be some Eternals popping up in Avengers 4, and the Eternals is sort of them hedging their bets if they don't get the X-Men characters. But now that the deal looks like it's going to go through, they'll proceed with the Eternals movie, but they'll gain access to all the other X-Men space-based IP too. So what'll happen is we get more news about the Disney deal. I'll do updates, but it's still looking like it's going to be next year before everything is done. And it's going to be after Guardians 3 before you see any kind of crossover between these two universes. But before that happens, Fox is still making movies, so we're going to still get that Deadpool X-Force movie. We're still going to get Dark Phoenix. We'll still get New Mutants. So there'll still be a lot of Fox stuff happening before we see MCU Fox stuff happening. There were a whole bunch of Avengers Infinity War behind the scenes videos that just dropped. I'll do a video for that next. Be sure to check out Luke Cage. I'll be doing a non-spoilery Luke Cage video this weekend. You may have just seen Sony also just announced that they're developing a Cindy Moon Silk Spider-Man movie. So I'll try to dig up some more information and do a video about that sometime this weekend. So more Spider-Man coming this weekend. And I'll say congratulations to Russell Sanders. Please private message me so I can get your contact details. While you wait for everything, click here for that Spider-Man Iron Spider scene, and click here for that other Avengers 4 Kevin Feige teaser. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.